Alrighty, just give me a few seconds here. I'm gonna go off camera and get everything set up for us. Got some stuff to cover. Hope everybody's having a lovely Tuesday. Let's set this up. One more page, a few more pages. I need to open a lot of pages for the stream here. Yo, what up, dude? Give me a second, man. I'm trying to find a link right now. Getting a lot of stuff ready. We got some stuff to go over tonight. Some really goofy stuff. Promise you it's goofy, man. You're not the first one. Someone before you. Give me a second, man. Got some goofy shit I need to pull up. Now, I have never really taken a jab on Roman Catholics before, like this hard. But I feel like that I have to ridicule this religion tonight, unfortunately, despite that the fact my best friends, literally my best friends, are all Roman Catholics or Eastern Catholics, not in the Melkite sense, but from the Middle East, like Maronites, whatever the heck they are. I am going to take a jab at this religion. I don't care what people say. I think it's ridiculous. It is a fully ridiculous religion. I just need to pull up this one freaking video here. There it is. All right. Alrighty. Where did it go? There it is. All right, let me show you guys my ugly face. How's it going? Welcome, Simly level 99 fishing 63. Yeah, because the voice of Salesian be calling Orthodox and Muslim of Christianity. Exactly. Well, what's funny is you saw the video. It says two Mexican Catholics fights Orthodox. I'm like, no, it's one Mexican Catholic and one PDF. That would be more accurate to say. Anyways, so tonight, anybody's welcome to call in. The calling link is on the top. I'm mostly looking for Protestants and Catholics. If you have an argument, call in. If you want to talk about things, call in. Anybody can call in. All right, it's a call in. It's a chill stream. It's not gonna be too long. I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. And we'll leave the Catholics to the last. Okay, I don't want to dog on the Catholics immediately. I do have a solemn message to the Catholics, for sure. Promise you. Okay, here we go. Here's my stream, and I want to show you guys what evangelicalism looks like in Taiwan. Now, I found this page a while ago. These are evangelical Christians from Taiwan. And they're going to demonstrate to us how the Gnostics and the Masonic evangelical religion has polluted their society and has severely disoriented their intelligence. Okay. This is what evangelical worship looks like in Taiwan. And here we go. I want to show you guys what this is.
你们不要为生命忧虑，你们不要为生命忧虑，你们不要为生命忧虑，你们不要为生命忧虑。吃什么？喝什么？为身体忧虑，穿什么？吃什么？喝什么？为身体忧虑，穿什么？
Now, there you go. That is Taiwanese evangelical worship. What do you guys think? What do y'all think, huh? There you go. That's evangelicalism for you. Let's look at this. Let's take a There you go. What do you guys think? Pretty good, huh?
万国万民都快乐，万国欢呼，万国万民都快乐，万国欢呼，因为你平安公正审判，欢迎听到世上的万国万民，万国万民都快乐，万国欢呼。
So JVS Gamer, I want you to commission an icon of David dancing before the Lord like this. No, seriously. I want you to commission an icon of David like this, like that. I want you to commission an icon of David doing this in front of the Lord. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do that. Like, what the... And they're getting all the dumb high school kids to do it too. As a man, why would you do this though? I don't understand. How effeminate is this? Like, the weaselness this religion carries just pollutes everything it touches. That's why it works so well with the deep state. And then they had them in the classrooms teaching kids how to do this. Look at them. Oh my God. You know what's interesting today? Not today. A few days ago, this Russian lady from Russia asked me from my Russian parish, why are there no girls converting to us? We have so many men coming into our churches. Why are there no women coming into the churches? And you guys can guess what I told her, right? I gave her an in-depth understanding of American culture and this. Look at this. Okay, this one's going to be entertaining.
我的心因为耶和华快乐，我的脚因为耶和华高举。我的心因为耶和华快乐，我的脚因为耶和华高举。我的口是主的召开，我因耶和华的救恩欢喜。我的口是主的召开。
Oh my God. There you go. There you go. And this is worship. Like, come on. I do think it's hilarious. I do think this is hilarious. All right, now we're going to move on to some of the Catholic stuff. And first we have this, right? This is a Catholic priest, Father Calvin Robinson, and making a blasphemous icon in our Orthodox style. There's a cause to be made for sainthood for Charlie Kirk in the Catholic Church. Now you can see how big of an ecumenist they are. Okay, Charlie Kirk was not a Catholic. He believes in doctrines that are fundamentally against Catholic teaching, and I could argue against Christian teaching. And Charlie Kirk was a fervent supporter of the Synagogue of Satan. I think that's just facts out there. And then this Catholic priest once made a fake AI icon of Charlie Kirk, just like how fake Charlie Kirk's career. You know what's funny is I might have to do a compilation of me saying something and the entire community crash out on me, and then Jay Dyer comes out and 2 weeks later says the same shit, and everybody goes, "Oh, that's so base, that's right." No, I have clips of that. Now, when Charlie was assassinated, I've mentioned this so many times. I said, this is not who you think it is. Yes, just because somebody supports, quote, trad values, on some level doesn't mean they're what they are. I mean, what holistically is he trying to condition young men to become, right? That's what it was. So I don't think he was a good guy at all. I don't. I have the same opinion now. Then I have the same opinion now. I was a part of TPUSA. This is to all the dumbass people who don't understand this. I was a part of TPUSA. I ran the chapter at my college. I know what this is. I know what this cult is trying to form people into. And look at what it's become now. It's a feminist brewing house. And then everybody's like, "Oh my God, you need to talk to a priest. He just died. You're calling him a horrible fucking person." And then 2 weeks, well, maybe a month later, Jay Dyer comes out and said, "Well, by the way, this is what he was a part of. This is what he was grooming towards." And everybody's, "Oh." Now you guys understand why I don't mess or deal with the mainstream, quote, ortho people. It's because they're really retarded. I do not want to associate myself to them. And a lot of them, honestly, a lot of new channels out there, they associate themselves in that group and they get a lot of views. And that's a good way to promote. I'm not trying to promote my channel. I'm just here to chill with the few of you guys. I made no effort to promote my channel. Every once in a while, I get a stream. I get a video that goes semi-viral, and I appreciate that, right? I don't make continuous efforts to promote this channel, and I'm very open about it. I said immediately when my clips with Mahler, with Need God, with Sam Shamoon went viral, I immediately said, "Hey guys, I thank you guys for the love, for following me. I really do appreciate it. It got me monetized. But here's the thing. I'm not an apologist. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. Right? But you're not going to see me become one of these apologists. I'm just a random guy. I'm just a guy on the internet who likes to chill with people." But this shows you the average Catholic person has really no epistemic moral foundations for you to be supporting this. Why would you think? Okay, here we go. Look at what this priest said. "I do not believe the Catholic Church has ever formally canonized anybody outside of Catholic or Orthodox churches, but it's technically..." Oh, wait a minute. So Orthodox churches are a part of Catholic Church? This is how stupid and dumb they are. It's like, we're not a part of your church. We're not a part of your church. They actually think that they have the right to canonize our saints, which is hilarious. Which is hilarious, by the way. And this is just like, oh, the Pope wasn't there at the first few councils, but guess what? They later on approved it. It's like, yeah, the council definitely waited there for a few centuries, or not centuries, decades for the Pope to approve it. It doesn't work like that, dude. It doesn't work like that. It's like the guy. I'll tell you what this is like. I'll give you an equivalent. It's like I invited John to the party, right? I didn't invite Charlie. But Charlie says, well, people ask Charlie, hey, why didn't you go to the party with Will and John? You know what Charlie says? Instead of, hey, I'm not invited to the party, he says, well, I didn't feel like going. This is what it is. This is like a sad, lost friend, wannabe friend type of pathetic cope. It's all this is. It's cope. Wake up, dude. Wake up. I mean, have these people not observed what happened after Charlie's death? It is the exact effect that the elites wanted to see. Extremism, very dumb extremism, and people getting feted. Like, how do you not see this? I mean, the smartest Catholics ever get are Groyper level stuff. Like, you guys know it's true. And once they get out of that, they become Orthodox. But anyways, let me go ahead and send the calling link again. Literally, the smartest Catholics, once they figure out, oh, it's not all the Jews, they become Orthodox. And come on, you guys all saw Jay's debate with the Groypers. Y'all saw how stupid and dumb they are. And there it is. Here we go. Here's the feminist. Here's the mayor of New York that all the left-wing feminist retards voted in. Here we go. Here we go. What's his goddamn name? Zohran Mamdani. Here is him praying for the death of non-Muslim people in New York. There you go.
Daily for your success in this journey, inshallah. Thank you.
Here's what he prayed. The mayor of New York. Here we go. And support you against your enemies. And among those who are martyred before you, among the ranks of your and the killing of the infidels by your sword. This is the mayor of New York. This is the mayor of New York praying in the mosque in New York.
Last Ramadan, I was with many of you here at the procession on the martyrdom anniversary of Imam Ali, alayhi salam.
And we pray daily for your success in this journey, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah my ass, bitch. It's what you inshallah. There you go. That's the what's his name? That is the mayor that the feminist retards voted in New York. There you go. And now we're going to talk more about our favorite people, the Catholics. We all love Catholics. We are Catholic. We're the truth Catholics. Now, you see, the misconception is that, well, the clown masses and all that weird shit, it doesn't really happen. It's maybe, one parish, two parish, three parish, maybe four parish. Not all Catholics are like that. You Orthodox do it too, some shit like that. But in reality, it's not the case, right? We are currently, us versus the Roman Catholics, practicing two completely opposite, different spiritual life. It's a fact. Therefore, the result is different. The approach is different. So the result most likely is going to be different, right? So I want to show you guys this. Now, here are Catholic nuns dancing in Poland, I believe. Here we go. These are Catholic nuns.
power come to cover the rest. We love you. Everyone get everything, every song, everybody sing.
Now, I want to ask you guys this. Do you guys think, like, imagine if Mother Markella does this. Imagine this is Mother Markella and her nuns. What kind of nun would do this? To ridicule yourselves in the public as professing brides of God. This is what they do.
Life is life.
That is what they do as professing virgins, brides of Christ. Ridiculing themselves for attention in public like clowns. Okay? That's our dear Roman Catholic sisters. And here we go. This woman, she just grabbed the communion and threw it on the.
Bon, bien sûr, si on les.
The Lindsay
Here we go.
Esto es mi cuerpo que será entregado por vosotras. Del mismo modo, acabada la cena, tomó el cáliz y dándote gracias de nuevo, se lo pasó diciendo: tomad y bebed todas de él. Este es el cáliz de mi sangre, sangre de la alianza nueva y eterna, que será derramado por vosotros.
I'm not going to stay and watch that. I mean, we don't need to look at all the clown masses. I forgot. I had an account that I had a lot of stuff. Yeah, there you go. Are there better examples of pre-lust? Are there better examples of pre-lust, guys? I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. It's not Pentecostal. Well, yeah, you would say, yeah, I guess it's Pentecostal. Let me read this one. What about the Roman sister that kept trying to cut her heart out and saying Jesus was telling her that she will replace her? Yeah, that's, this is clearly pre-lust. You have a faulty, if you have a faulty understanding of anthropology, you cannot be the church to guide people through salvation. How can you be a church, guide people through salvation when you don't know what the human anatomy is? How? I mean, this is also my argument to Buddhists or any of the Eastern nonsensical religion. If you don't know what the problem is, why are you administrating cures? In Buddhism, right, it's like, oh, we just assume the world is like this, but we don't actually know any of it because even our knowledge that alone is impermanent. So we actually don't know if that's a universal truth. So we can't make any truth claims. So then you're just a bunch of bullshit. Same thing with Roman Catholic. You have a wrong understanding. This is what I'm trying to communicate to my Catholic friends. You have a wrong understanding of anthropology. because your church blasphemed the Trinity with the goddamn filioque. Therefore, you don't understand that men are made in the image of God, what that actually means. Body, soul, intellect. With the filioque, you cannot have that. So you cannot administrate correct care or cure for the people. That's why this shit happens. Why is it so difficult to understand that? I don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, this is like, I mean, look at this crap. Look at this garbage. Look at this garbage. Inside the temple of God, they get these damn pagans to dance in there, and this is like every day, guys. Every other day. This is not one or two churches. This is every other day. You think they would have danced like that during Nicaea? What a bunch of morons. Literally a bunch of morons. I mean, even I don't believe the church has grace. That stuff still pisses me off. This is why we must return to the scripture handed to us in the church and only found in the church. The philokalia is of most important. Yes, sir. They have the Lady of Guadalupe. I don't believe in none of their apparitions. They have a ridiculous religion. It's a stupid religion. I mean, there's worse garbage. I mean, look at this one. I got another one for you. And these are child-sacrificing pagans, by the way. Child-sacrificing pagans. Here we go. There you go. There you go, guys. Do they not know? No, seriously. Do they not understand that these rituals and dances are praising pagan gods and they're invoking evil spirits that tells them to sacrifice children? Look at this garbage. And that they have Jesus' statue right in the back, right there. Yeah, and you're gonna tell me that this place has grace? All the ecumenists, when it's desecrated? It's desecrated by pagan ritual. And all these people are recording. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Here we go. There's another one too. And what the hell? Look at this. This is Catholic Mass in Congo.
As weird as this looks, this is actually fully approved in Catholicism. It's
I know it's fully approved in Catholicism because you guys are clowns.
Is the Zairian rite. This came out in the 1980s as a way to inculcate.
Yeah, to swing censors like it's their bananas. Good job. Very, very good. And Michael often even talks about it. Yeah. Honoring the Virgin Guadalupe through dance. Here you go. You know what's funny? Like the same version of Guadalupe that tells you guys not to sacrifice kids, right? Not to sacrifice kids, but you guys think it's a good idea to honor the same Guadalupe with your pagan child sacrificing dance. Just like how the blacks are like, oh, N-word racist, N-word's racist, and then calls themselves that every day. Let's see how they celebrate culture here. There you go. Now look at this. Imagine this is Father Josiah. Just imagine for a second, this is Father Turbo. Imagine this is Father Turbo. That's why all the What a bunch of clowns, dude. What a bunch of clowns. And, oh yeah, this one actually recently went viral on Facebook. Yeah, holding the skull of a saint. By the way, that is different than taking a piece of corrupted relic from a saint, storing it in a holy place to be venerated. Right? This is really dumb. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, here's more. Here's more. Oh no, this is not Catholics. St. Raymond, St. Leo Catholic Church. Adult liturgical faith. Here we go. Let's check this out, guys.
You know, you worship for your breakthrough, you worship for your healing, what we experience already. With where we're going,
Look at those people.
God's going to deposit in us something that's going to break our.
This is like a black church.
Always sense your presence.
I think this is the black church. Pop music. Here we go. Pop music. Dance.
Speak to us now. Now that we're
Like Catholics, I got a question. How do you guys get high on this? Because I know you guys are all emotional and shit, and they're watching and listening to this crap. This literally sounds like Frozen. Look at that person. That deacon right there is laughing so hard right now. Yeah, I can't zoom in on it. This is crazy shit, guys. Oh, here we go. No, what do you think this is, guys? Oh, of course. Which pope is that? Is that Mr. Francis? Oh, it is Mr. Francis. I mean, he definitely would have seen this chick's butt cheeks. 100% right there. Yeah, look at that cardinal's freaking filming him with his phone. Look at it. Look at it. He seems like he's happy. I mean, honestly, this is I think this is the Lord humiliating these Catholics. They are humiliating them. This is publicly humiliating them through the providence of God that these people are clowns. You cannot be humiliated worse than this. I think there has already been 30. Look at this. Look at this. He's supposed to be like a fish. The biggest clown in the world is the Catholic Pope. How long does this go long for? Look at these cardinals. Look at these cardinals. I want you guys to look at our cardinals. Look at them. Look at them. They're having a good time. They're all laughing, right? They're all filming. This is why, right? Like we tell Roman Catholics before Francis passed away, I said, you guys are never getting a trap pope again. Wake up. Like, do you not understand? He has, like, for years he's already succeeded in filling the entire cardinal with libtards. This is one of the prophets. Oh, he's gonna throw a frisbee. Here's Pope Francis throwing a frisbee. He's entertained.
circo di colori che arriva dritto ai cuori, è un tuffo dentro il mare dei tuoi sogni. Guarda, c'è un mondo da scoprire.
Oh, you guys are never recovering. I'm just saying, you Catholics are never recovering from all this. Your religion is a clown. This is the hypostatic property of the Catholic religion. Dude, this goes on for like 6 minutes. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You know, I genuinely want to know whose idea it is.
È un mondo di stupore che arriva dritto al cuore, a un tuffo di
This
emozioni
chick's literally only wearing a bra.
nei tuoi sogni.
In front of the Bishop of Rome.
Ieri sbuffi d'acqua intorno a te, l'amore di un sorriso che ti porta con sé. Acqua allo specchio.
You don't even, they don't even respect them. I mean, we show more respect to a priest than these clowns are showing respect to the Bishop of Rome. First without equal. Hashtag. So stupid. Oh yeah, you can copyright this video. You can absolutely copyright from this video. I don't care. I'm just here to chill with you guys. What do y'all think? It is a humiliation ritual. Oh, dude, that's crazy. Smells like fish. All right, here we go. But you know, I genuinely have a question for Roman Catholics. It's a genuine question. I'll leave you guys with this, and we're done. I don't understand why you guys, what is the genuine reason why you guys are in this religion? Okay. It's very clear. It is not traditional. By your own admission, it's not, because you guys also subscribe to doctrinal development. Okay, you don't even believe that your own traditions are passed down from apostles. You guys believe they were all invented, right? And you do these clown things. And deep down, I know you guys acknowledge these things. But you continue to say, oh, poop, 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 poop. I got poop. I got poop. I got poop, poop. I got poop. That's the shit you guys do. Why? I don't, just tell me why. I want to understand. I believe, okay, it is all a sunk cost fallacy. You are too deep in it. You are too emotionally attached to the people in it and the people surround you that are in it. That is the only reason a sensible human being can remain a Roman Catholic. I could be wrong. My understanding of Catholics is this. Just like my best friend. He's Catholic. His whole family's Catholic. He doesn't really care. He thinks Orthodoxy is cool, but he's not going to leave Catholics because his family is all Catholic. Why? I don't get it. And also the fact that people don't take salvation seriously. Which sucks. I don't get it, man. Boy says, lady boy competition that woke. That's woke, right? Yeah, I mean. And the Protestants, too. You know, see, the Roman Catholics, no, especially the Protestant lately the Protestants has been raging ever since Me versus Mahler. I think Me versus Mahler is kind of when it kind of got started, where a lot of the Mahlerites, so the Mahlerites the Mahlerites are actually quite powerful. They're powerful because they pretty much include the lowest tier evangelical, low IQ hood rats. That's like literally all of them. Like all of them. They're all Mahlerites. Okay. So it started from, I believe, JP and Mahler. I'll run you down the recent history. It started with JP and Mahler noticing that they are losing people in their discords and they're becoming Orthodox. And people in their discords are literally getting destroyed by their former members who are Orthodox catechumens. And we have a friend here, Roger Gold is one of these people. Right? I don't know if Roger is here, but he just became Orthodox. And praise to God, he did. So they run these online cults, including people like Need God, who are total, I don't even know what type of creature he is. Hopefully human, but we can't tell yet. But with Mullerites, so they had the debate with, they try to get many people who they think are Orthodox onto the show initially. And apparently none of them were actually Orthodox. He called literally an inquirer Orthodox. And the person apparently is no longer inquiring. So they finally got me, who's a guy who's actually there to debate after my thing with Sam Shamoon. And that started the entire hood rat freak out on Orthodoxy because they're losing every debate, including people like the bald retard. What's his name? You guys know who he is. He's so irrelevant now that nobody's really talking about him. And it became, a lot of the newer guys like me, Nikolai, and even IT, we've been going on people's shows, right? We started to do these shows, we're not apologists, we're just basic tier people, and we're smacking your butts. And then that started the whole freak out and pretty much united them. It's like the Israeli-Palestinian wars uniting Shiites and Sunnis. That's what happened with the Protestant evangelical world. And it started escalating there. And then JP, by the grace of God, ended his bullshit nonsense apologetic career. And then some Roman Catholics, Ibarra, JAW, all these people started to ride the train. That's what's happening. But one thing that all these people have in common is that I truly believe that all of these people have this inferiority complex, including the Mormons. And we see this very prominent in Mormons, right? Because deep down, all of them know there is something wrong with their religion. That is why, you guys can, there are actually more Mormons that are eager to debate than Protestants and Roman Catholics. Believe it or not. And that is because, the inferiority complex is very severe in Mormonism versus Catholicism and Protestantism. Okay. My interpretation of Vatican II is that Vatican II is a cope move. I believe on some level, Vatican II understands how crappy their religion is and how fallen, how failed their religion is in the West, in the collective West, that they want to loop us in to create this, I guess, brotherhood that they think that, oh, we're all Catholic. You see all those trad guys, they're with us. This type of group identity crap to try to cope out of. It's not true, right? It's not going to solve any problem. Obviously, anybody who has a brain doesn't think like that. It's like I've talked to brain dead Roman Catholics. They're like, "Oh, you guys are also Catholics, right?" Yeah, but it's like that's a word concept fallacy, right? There's like when you say Catholic, that means so many things in different contexts. But so that's the issue. They have inferiority complex. They understand there's something wrong with their religion. But that's really not the issue. The issue is, and I would say the coping is not even the issue. The issue is they don't take salvation seriously. I'm not, by the way, I'm not here to virtue signal. I am a horrible sinner, right? I am freaking out every day because I'm preparing for my tonsuring and my sin gets worse every day. Like I am a big sinner. We're all big sinners, which is fine. we're not giving up. We're continuing to repent. No, we're never going to be perfectly, like that in this life. But it's like we make an effort. It's okay to acknowledge that you are wrong. That's the thing. So if they realize that there's something wrong with their religion, and yet they still decides that, you know what, I'm going to just sunk cost fallacy this. That shows you immediately that there are something more important in their minds than their own salvation. God forgive me for judging. That is my belief. If you know there's something wrong in your religion and you continue to sunk cost fallacy your way through it, there's got to be something more important than your own salvation, which usually is ego. Now, let me ask you guys. For example, a guy like Eric Ibarra, who is now also irrelevant in the Catholic apologetic world. Now, this is a person who has been destroyed by Orthodox people, and he is now allying with Protestants. He believes that is the best way. He believed him as a Catholic, Roman Catholic, who has been publicly humiliated many, many times, just like, the likes of Trent Horn and Elijah Yassi. He thinks it's a better idea to ally with evangelical Protestant Gnostics and Masons to attempt to attack Orthodoxy. Now, let me ask you guys this. Ask yourself this. If, for the sake of the argument, if Eric Ibarra knows, if deep down he knows something's wrong with Roman Catholicism, do you guys really think he would convert to Orthodoxy? If he knows, if he actually knows there's something wrong with his religion, which, by the way, we've seen that he admitted in his debate with Ubi Petrus. He cannot give an account of why Honoris was deposed. Magilius. So he actually knows that there's something. This is a person who knows something that's wrong in their religion, but his mission is, okay, I know this is wrong in my religion, but I'm actually going to try to solve the problem to make it make sense to me and people who follow me, instead of saying what actually made sense in history. This is that type of person. Same thing as Elijah Yassi. Now, these people, God forgive me for saying this, I don't believe even they know something's wrong in their religion, they would convert, because their fame, their works, their following, that's more serious than their salvation. I believe that. And may the Lord have mercy on me for saying that. Unfortunately, there are people like that. There are people like that. And that, my friends, are way more scary than people not being able to understand arguments. Bro said, my brother got baptized into Mormonism and he did it off how he felt and liked their lifestyle. I mean, that's just, again, so every debate we have Mormons, we see the same thing, right? It's like they would openly admit that they don't actually have a standard of truth. And we see this consistently with how they evangelize, Mormon missionaries, right? They go to you, hey, read the Book of Mormon, feel about it. Read the Book of Mormon, feel about it. So it's all about socially conditioning somebody into believing something. And it's totally arbitrary. He doesn't even know what arbitrary. My recent conversation with one of the Mormon kids, he doesn't know what arbitrary is. So back to the evangelical Christian topic. By the way, I have like 10 more minutes. I will post this link again. If anybody wants to come in and make a comment, then I have to go. By the way, I am still in dormition fasting. I'm doing visuals every night. So I can't stay too late. Anybody wants to call in, that's the link. But that's what I think is dangerous. And it is the product of the West, because the West is, what do they say? Materialistic, and it is pragmatic. So, of course, people take their business more seriously than religion. And this also shows you, by the way, that their religion doesn't know what's going on. How is your religion going to solve problems if, one, you don't believe it's going to solve problems? Two, it doesn't give you a correct understanding of what's going on. I mean, we see all the Protestants and Catholics go to become grapers. Is the graper position even close to being correct? No, it's not. We have so many grapers coming out of grapism, turning to orthodoxy. And they realize, oh, that was really pathetic. Because I spent every day, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., blaming every single shitty thing that happened in my life on the existence of Jewish people. That's what they realized. Now, how are we going to solve the problems in the world? Well, will Protestantism solve? No, Protestantism cannot solve the problem in the world because, one, it doesn't know what's happening. They think liberals are the problem, and they are liberals. They're used by the engine to destroy people. That Protestantism, evangelicalism, it's not going to solve any problems. It's a Masonic religion. You're in you trust God. One, you are in a Masonic religion. You are in a demonic Gnostic religion. Call in. Now, are the Catholics going to solve? No, the Catholics are not going to solve the problem. They're also used. They've been used since the early 90s by the elites. Collaboration with Nazi Germany, collaboration with certain elites, collaboration with CIA during the Cold War. Besides, obviously, plus the incorrect understanding of anthropology that we talked about. You don't know what's going on with the human problem. Okay, you don't know what's going on with the world. Which Catholic is going to accurately tell you what's going on with the world? Nobody. Literally, the best they have are the Quakers, who are in pathetic contradiction of themselves all the time. Is that going to solve the problems of the world? No, it's not. So it shows you that there are epistemic problems to every single one of these religions besides from our religion. And I can argue that. That's the thing. I'm not claiming any. I'm here to argue for these things. And it's very, you don't really need to argue for it because it's very apparent. We just saw it. I mean, do you think any true bishop is going to allow himself to be humiliated with a bunch of clowns on his lap? It's not. I mean, we have, right now we're doing paraclesis and vigil at my Russian church. We have Roman Catholics come in all the time. They're like, oh, this is actual Marian adoration. Not whatever the heck I do. Nice note to try to understand the fullness of Christ, the church he founded orthodoxy. Exactly. I'm telling you, as an atheist, when I converted to orthodoxy, I relied on absolutely zero personal experience. It was pure logic that convinced me. Pure logic that convinced me to convert. It's not any sort of, oh, I feel. I was a rationalist. And they don't understand because, oh, this got to make sense to me. Well, no, it doesn't need to make sense to you. You can't, your brain cannot make sense of things. I'm not saying that you can't understand truth, but your brain is not designed to understand everything. You're a fallen being. You're a finite being. And you talk to Mormons, you have to probably, it doesn't make sense to me, bro. It's to me. I don't feel it to me. Nobody cares about you. When is it going to get, and this is why I'm anti-Americanism. Because it's all about the individual. It's not about the individual. It's about the individual sacrifice that you're willing to make for God, for yourself, for the people around you. You're put here to obey and to sacrifice. That's what you're doing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. It's all about me, little me. So what? Nobody cares about you. It's about what is true. I mean, there are people from cultures right now who thinks eating each other it fits their appetite. Is that right or wrong? It's about a worldview. If you have the wrong worldview, it doesn't matter whether you think it's right or wrong. It's wrong. And this is why it's so dangerous to live in any society that has no objective standards. It becomes extremely pragmatic and, obviously controlled by the elites. You look at all these countries. America, same shit. China, same shit. Russia, kind of similar. Maybe a little bit better. I mean, what is there to control anything you do, anything that you think about, without some sort of metaphysical grounding to morals, ethics? The society is totally. I grew up in a period that my parents, when I was young, and this is not from the movies. I hear my dad talk about people in their country bribing people out of murder. Bribing people out of murder charges. It has not been that far away from it. What's stopping that? Is it that's pragmatism. That's consumerism. That's capitalism. So dumb. Mormons don't understand nature, person. They really struggle with that on top of what they think they were eternally. Well, they don't understand anything. What do you think they understand? What do you think they understand? They don't understand anything. None of these religions have a valid or consistent philosophical framework. They all have, we're here to justify, the difference is we're here to justify our presuppositions, but all of them want their presuppositions all granted. That's the difference between us and everybody else. Do you realize that? We're here with the transcendental argument to justify all of our presuppositions. All of them, everybody else, Buddhists, Mormons, Protestant, evangelical Gnostics, whatever the heck they are, they're all here to, oh no, I'm a foundational. You have to grant my precepts. No, we don't. No, we don't. And then they go nuts. And this is why Protestants have been going so mad lately, is because all of their, quote, biblical verses that they have, the gotchas they think, they throw at a dumb Catholics on the street, doesn't work on us because we don't care. That's why it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating when you can't even fight this position because of how correct it is. And this is why I'm also against OCA. OCA is gay. Okay, by the way, I'm talking about the Oriental Catholic Church of Armenia. Okay, I'm not talking. It's not what you think. It's the Oriental Catholic Church of Armenia, OCA. You cannot implement this into a religion, an ideology that is completely anti that religion, within barely 50 years of evangelization. That is a stupid idea. I got you for a second. What are you talking about? I'm talking about OCA, Oriental Catholic Church of Armenia. I would like to discuss a very threat to faithful true Christian. I speak, of course, about demonic practice, rational thinking. Would you like to call in? You're welcome to call in. You're welcome to call in. I'll wait for you. I mean, if you don't call in the next 3 minutes, I got to get off. It's been an hour. I mean, listen, rational thinking, it's not necessarily demonic, right? We have rations for a reason. Okay, we're made in the image of God, right? God has rationale. We inherit rationale, right? Rational thinking on its own is not demonic. What is demonic is that we fully give in to human rationale based on our presuppositions that we don't have any sort of justification for, and being totally focused on that becomes idolatrous and becomes really stupid. And that's what, if somebody who is a rationalist, pretty much just an empiricist, something like that, that's the problem, and it's really easy to refute. And if somebody who's doing that in their own worldview, it's very easy to target. But it would be different than a Christian that is that is doing it in their paradigm. I would say that's what I say. Yeah, I probably got to go to bed, dude. EOOC. I don't know, man. I'm talking about the Oriental Catholic Church of Apollodocia or Armenia, whatever the heck it is. And you know what's interesting? I shit you guys not. Okay. There's a lot of you were watching I still get messages on the 2 videos I made about chanting, right? If you guys look at my channel, the first one went viral. That the Sons of Antioch actually responded to it in the comment section, which I thought it was funny. But really, I don't think they actually watched the video. A lot of the people who freaked out were people from OCA, who were, being weird about it. It's like, one, I'm not saying all churches should be doing Byzantine chant. Like I'm defending the practice of chanting. Because I just saw another ad hom comment this morning, but it's like, dude, chill. I'm not saying all churches should be doing Byzantine chanting. That's ridiculous, right? I'm saying chanting should be the normative practice in the Orthodox liturgical sense. And I gave a spiritual reason for it, which is hesychasm, which is, the practice of controlling passion, all of these things, right? But people don't understand. They're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm in Russian, sir. Why do we do Byzantine chant?" You can't help these people. You can't help, like, people do just come in here, like, see the title and make a comment. It's like, dude, like, you don't understand how many titles are clickbaits. But it's like, the interesting thing is I was talking to, so I know this Antiochian church, right? They decided to use, they totally shed the Byzantine tradition. And what they have done is that they have adopted fully the OCA liturgy form. Okay. So all of them are doing OCA stuff. And I went there. This is my godfather's parish too. I do not enjoy it. I'll tell you guys, I was like, this is not Antiochian anymore. It's like, come on. You guys are nuts. But the funny thing is like, remember in all these videos, even tonight, I talk about how these the Western understanding of anthropology, that actually leads to emotionalism, because they shut off the intellect. Remember, we teach body, soul, intellect, their understanding actually shuts out the intellect. They think the intellect is within the soul. It's not the spirit. They think it's within the soul. And some even say it's within the heart. So they can't actually refine that intellect on its own. That's one of the problem. That's why they're so emotional. Just like you said, bro, earlier today, the saints they have women saints that are carving themselves and doing crazy shit, right? It's because that's emotionalism. Your emotions are, what is deceptive, right? So emotionalism is not spirituality. And by the way, good luck explaining someone in the Russian parish or OCA or in the OCA parish. Good luck. And I personally think, my humble opinion, that is a problem. Choir music is a problem. Choral, 4-part Western choral music is absolutely a problem in Orthodox practice. It should be avoided at all costs. And I've personally interviewed people from OCA. I've personally interviewed people from Russian parishes. I personally interviewed people from Serbian parishes that does choir. I'll tell you guys a story. I sing in a choir at my own church, and unfortunately, I can't do anything else there besides liturgy is choir music, unfortunately. And, it's during intermission. So I didn't sing one day, right? I did my orthos and I left. I stood all the way to the back, and the choir members are like, "Why didn't you sing with us today? You just did your orthos and you left." I said, it's during intermission, and I got a 3-hour visual coming tonight. It's too much passion for me to sing like that in there, because you guys are like all performing and shit. And then I was like, I can't. I need to calm my heart, right? There's a lot going on. One, I'm tired. Two, I have a visual to the Theotokos tonight, and I like to calm myself without passion. And you know what all of them told me? All of them told me, "No, the passion is good. The passion is good." And you can hear like the ladies they're all singing with like very emotional, grandiose expression, facial expression, right? I don't think that is good for Orthodoxy. Humbly, I don't think that is a good thing. I think that is exactly the opposite that the fathers are teaching. I believe that is the exact opposite that we're taught not to do. You can disagree with me, but I truly believe that is the case. And I have actually a quote from a Holy Father here. Now, I'll let you guys talk a little bit. And I'm going to find it, and I'm going to share this with you. Okay. Here, it's not a... Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, sir. Thank you guys so much. So let me read this quote from you guys. This is from Schema monk Konstantin Kavarnos. Okay. Choir music is an innovation which was introduced into Russian churches in 18th century and later into other Orthodox churches. This innovation is a result of Western influence upon the East, for the Western Church introduced polyphonic singing at a much earlier date. This innovation, which assumes the form of singing in harmony by 2 or more voices, radically changes the outer form of sacred music, and thereby its inner essence also. It destroys its pureness and sublimity, its mystical quality, its power of invoking contrition, and transforms it into something which is rather than a means of pleasure and entertainment. Byzantine melodies, when clothed with harmonic parts, lose their distinctive expressiveness, their spiritual rhythm, their seriousness, their spiritual grandeur, and thereby their power of uplifting and transforming us spiritually. Monophonic chanting is not only the chanting that is in accord with the practice of the ancient Christian church, but also the one that is truly in accord with the simple, humble, serious character of Christ and his teaching. where polyphonic introduces a element of undue complexity as well as of ostentation and lightness. Schema monk Constantine Kavarnos. Byzantine sacred music. That's his comment. I hope you guys enjoy that. And here's a good friend's comment on one of my videos. Once I visited a Serbian monastery, and I found it very difficult to pray during their services. Their way of singing felt heavy, showy, and distracting to me. After a couple of days, a Russian layman arrived and began to chant the services. The difference was immediate. Prayer and intention become much easier, more natural for me. I noticed the way right away. I asked some of the other lay people what they thought. To me, surprised, they also preferred this way of singing. He sang in the Znameny style. Later, I had the chance to speak with him. He turned out to be a veteran of long and difficult struggle. For years, he had been fighting to restore the old way of chanting in the Slavic churches. He admitted the battle is impossible to win. It is like fighting with stones against tanks. He said he even told me that believers had been murdered over this very issue in the past. Absolutely. Look at what happened to the old believers. And I noticed that this battle has taken a very heavy toll on him. Yes. So that is, some of the conversation that's been happening within the traditionalist circles like myself. Again, I'm going to leave it here since now we're talking about chanting. It is a serious spiritual issue. Okay, it is. Now, I am not the person advocating for very super proper, Byzantine choir, all this crazy stuff like Sons of Antioch, But it's like what I just want the normative practice of chanting back in all churches. And I hope you guys agree, right? It's a spiritual, healthy thing to do. I don't want to brag about this at all. In the Russian tradition, there's no paraklesis. And we did the paraklesis at my Russian parish this year. I was so much beloved by the Russians. And I really appreciate that because it's very exhausting to chant in one person or sometimes have help. But the Russians really appreciate it. And they like being there. So much that those of you who don't know, so if you're in the Greek tradition, right, Jerusalem, Antioch, Alexandria, Constantinople, or Greek, we chant the Lamentations on the burial night of the Blessed Theotokos. But the Russians usually do a separate kathisma, which is just read through and sang through with their choir. And this year in our Russian parish, this Sunday, we're actually doing the full Greek style burial service to the Theotokos. Okay. Yeah, I have tried to bring this up with people, unfortunately in this case, I personally, when I sing in the choir, I can't focus on prayer. I'm sorry, I can't focus on prayer. Personally. It's too difficult. You have all these tensions that being added. And the reason why, again, I already talked about this many times. The reason they added the tension is Western consumerism. You see what the West does to people, right? It is Western consumerism. Because what essentially happened is the Roman Catholic monarchs, they believed that, what they started doing, they wanted church choirs to sing for the royalty. That's why they had to commercialize church music. And that eventually went to Russia during the Renaissance, unfortunately. And Tsar Alexei and Tsar Peter the Great were big fans of that garbage, and they adopted it into the Russian church. Unfortunately. Very unfortunately. Yeah, so when it's consumerism, it's what does music have to do to be in the market, right? It needs to entice people. It needs to constantly try to grab people's attention. We need attention. So the music sells, right? So that's the element in choir music. That's the problem. A big problem is it's there to actually draw excitement, enticement, all of these things. That's why you get these tensions, these grandiose ups and downs. But I don't believe, and the fathers, I believe, will agree, it's not healthy for the soul, especially during solemn prayer. With that said, thank you guys for tuning in. This is a goofy rant video. I'm still finishing Dormition. Please tune into that discussion I'm posting tomorrow night. We have an ex-Mormon Orthodox Christian, our friend of the channel, Daniel Lemon, who came on the show after the debate and debated a current LDS member. So ex-Mormon Orthodox versus current Mormon. So that's going to be fun for you guys to watch. That's it. I might see you guys next week. I might take a week off. Blessed Dormition feast for those of you completed. And, I pray that all of us who are still in the Dormition feast to finish this fast faithfully. Have a good night, guys, and see ya.